Oil Ocean is a thing. This is where the game takes a bit of a difficulty spike, mostly because of the zone's badniks. They're all placed in really inconvenient locations and they all fire projectiles. They're the worst part of this zone, but since we're so far into the game, it's understandable. This zone also has oil slides. That's a thing too. There's also these fun little Rube Goldberg launcher thingies that send you all over the zone. They're neat. The boss is a rather unique one. You see Robotnik in a submarine between two platforms. This is the only time he can attack. He then goes under and launches a tentacle with a spike on the end at you, easily avoided by ducking. Then a laser comes out of the oil and fires 3 different randomly selected heights, with enough time to jump over or duck under each laser fire. Robotnik then pops up again, rinse and repeat. Metropolis Zone is this game's scrap brain zone. If you thought Oil Ocean was hard, you haven't seen anything yet. This zone is actually pretty easy and fast in terms of level design, but the rage-inducing difficulty comes in the form of the badnik placement. They're always either in your way with barely any time to react, or they're in a completely unavoidable trap, or they're one of the star badniks that just so happens to aim its point directly at where you're going to be on one of these rising nut platforms. If you're inexperienced, this level will make you rage quit. Also, fun fact, this is the only zone with 3 acts. The boss is definitely one of my favorite classic Sonic bosses. Robotnik floats near you with little spheres orbiting his Eggmobile. If you hit him, one sphere will detach and inflate to reveal a dummy Robotnik. I don't know why I love it so much, maybe it's just a predictable yet hard to master pattern? Anyway, once you defeat all the dummies, Robotnik fires an easily avoidable laser at you. You would think that that's the end, given the fact that the last zone was Robotnik's new base, but nope, there's more! The next zone is Sky Chase Zone. In this zone, you're standing on the wing of Sonic and Tails' plane, the Tornado. Remember how I said Tails is mechanically gifted? That comes into play here as he's the one piloting. An 8-year-old is piloting a plane! Also, Sonic is standing on the wings of a moving plane! You control the Tornado's position using the D-pad as you navigate around some pretty annoying badniks. Also, don't try to spin dash here. That's an instant death. There's no checkpoints here, so if you die, you go back to the beginning and have to do the whole 2-minute auto-scrolling zone again. The fact that this is an auto-scroller in a Sonic game makes this an unfortunate stain on an otherwise perfect game. What's the boss? There is none. You reach the end and immediately get taken to the next zone, Wing Fortress. Wing Fortress Zone is Robotnik's flying fortress. As you approach the landing platform, the tornado gets shot down by giant lasers. Yes, that just happened. You jump onto the platform as Tails helplessly sinks away. This flying fortress is equipped with the best possible defenses, robot chicken turrets that shoot eggs. Just thought I'd mention that. This zone is also pretty heavy on the platforming, but again it doesn't overstay its welcome and there are still plenty of areas where you can fast. You reach the end and fight a giant laser cannon by jumping on tiny platforms that float in a conveniently predictable pattern. Hi, Robotnik! 8 hits to the giant laser and it explodes, which causes Robotnik to run away. You chase him and a little cutscene plays where you see Robotnik flying away in a rocket ship. Just as you think you're helpless to stop him, Tails appears with his own rocket engine attached to the tornado. The two of you chase Robotnik's rocket until you reach the stratosphere, in which the tornado can't go much higher. Sonic bravely jumps off the wing of the tornado and grabs hold of Robotnik's rocket. The rocket then flies into literally outer space, and then docks at a space station, the Death Egg Zone. You hear some new music that only plays for a few seconds, and then go right ahead into a new fight, a robotic Sonic, otherwise known as Silver Sonic. You have no rings, a sure sign that this is the final boss. He spins his quills like a buzzsaw, and you hurt him by jumping on him anywhere his quills aren't. He also has a few slow and easily predictable attacks. This is actually a pretty fun final boss, and it's challenging for beginners. It took me quite a while to finish it for the first time. The whole time you fight Silver Sonic, you see a Robotnik staring at you through a little window in the background. When you defeat Silver Sonic, he explodes and you run to the right to see Robotnik himself. He opens the door he's hiding behind and you chase him. Wait, what? How is he faster than Sonic? He then jumps into the true final boss, a giant robot made in his image known as the Death Egg Robot. Its only weak spot is just at the peak of your jump, and he has spikes for hands that protect him anywhere lower than that. Having no rings, if you mistime your jump, you will die and have to fight Silver Sonic all over again. He also occasionally jetpacks into the air and comes crashing back down on top of your locked location, upon which he drops well into your jumping level and gives you the widest opportunity to hit him. He also fires his spike arms forward sometimes. In my opinion, this is the greatest final boss in the original Sonic trilogy, simply because of how skilled you have to be to beat him. You have no rings and you have to have mastered the game's physics and mechanics to beat him. When you hit him 12, yes 12 times rather than usual 8, the Death Egg explodes and we get some beautiful black and white stills of the rest of the story. Tails sees the Death Egg explode and takes off in the tornado to save Sonic. We then see Sonic falling for quite a while until Tails catches him on the tornado's wings. Some birds fly near him and they pose in the sky. Credits roll. And that was Sonic the Hedgehog 2, my personal favorite of the original trilogy.
What about the Chaos Emeralds?
What?
The Chaos Emeralds? The MacGuffins of the Sonic universe that Eggman was going after last time? They're in this one too, right?
Oh, right! The Chaos Emeralds! They're actually vital to the game this time! To get the emeralds in this game, you have to pass a checkpoint with 50 or more rings, upon which a ring of stars will start spinning above it. You jump in and get taken to this game's version of the Special Zone, a long half-pipe filled with rings and bombs. You get a certain number of rings before you reach the end and you get a Chaos Emerald. Get all 7 and you can go Super Saiyan and unlock Super Sonic! Super Sonic jumps higher, moves faster, is invincible, and is just overall overpowered. You have to start with 50 or more rings and you lose 1 ring per second. He, along with how you unlock him in this game, are one of the many things that make this my favorite of the original trilogy. By using the checkpoints rather than the end of each act, you can actually get Super Sonic by the time you're done with Emerald Hill and can blast through the rest of the game with ease. His increased speed does make platforming a bit of a hassle, but it's not too terribly hard to get used to. Also, Super Sonic's ending is slightly different as he flies next to the tornado instead of being rescued by it. And that was Sonic the Hedgehog 2, my personal favorite game in the original trilogy. It infinitely improved everything over its predecessor, with more speed, more zones, fewer platforming segments, the introduction of Tails, the much more natural difficulty curve, and it's just overall a fun time. For a final conclusion, you must play it!